Welcome to Linda's Weekly Guided Insights, a weekly gift of guidance from my guides on navigating the uncertain world that you are now living in. Published every Tuesday since 2014. In this episode, the guides will be talking about higher intelligence is the source you came from. So, Ray, what do you have for me?
Okay, I picked out one sentence here that the guys talked about. It said,
In the insight, you mean?
yeah, how well you interact and communicate with higher intelligence sources of energy is how well you will co-create a better life than you could have done on your own. But can you be reached? Could you do a little explanation on that for me?
Yeah, I can do a lot of explanation on that one. Okay, it really does start. All of this is rooted in what Guided teaches. That's my flagship book. That's what launched all this when I published Guided in 2014. It's how I learned to do this. Although it started from the time I was a baby, although I didn't reason that that's what was going on. It's just something I followed because this world was trying to there was no support in this world for me in my life as a child, in the abusive situation I grew up in. So I reached out to something that wasn't visible, but something that called me, something that was already inside me, something that I remembered. And that was this higher intelligence source, this energy that we all are connected to. I came in remembering it. I came in and I was literally saved. There's a picture of one of the light beings, spirit guide angels that came into this lifetime with me and saved me from the people in this world that was an unpleasant situation, to say the least. I learned really well how to be by myself, how to be with myself and be present, where I had this ongoing conversation with something outside of this world, this higher intelligence source. So that's how I learned how to do this. That's why I know how this works. It really basically comes down to, if you stop letting the distractions in this world rule your life, if you stop waiting for someone to tell you what to do, how to think, what's okay, who to love, who not to love, what you should do in this life, what's expected of you. If you stop doing that, if you quit doing that, that's what these journals are about. These journals are, I started journaling at 7 years old. This is how I mastered it in my own life. And when I went out on my own, without even trying, you guys, without any effort at all. Now I had to do the work, but without having to figure it out and learn how to trust myself, learn how to listen to something greater than me that was guiding me all the way along. Hence, the name of my book is Guided. I hooked into this higher intelligence and I knew what to do and when to do it every time. But I didn't let things like what people said or thought about me distract me. I learned in childhood not to take that stuff personally. These are some real basic core issues that you really need to work through so you stop burning through the time that you have left in this lifetime, only to find yourself, once we're done with this lifetime, released from this world. And the instant you're released from this world, you know what you came here to do, if you got it done or not. And most of you won't get it done. Most of you will find yourself on the other side and just go, oh my God, I missed it again. I'm here so that you don't miss it. I didn't miss it. I haven't missed it. I never missed it. Sometimes I didn't listen. That was a miss. And that was a conscious miss. I knew when I missed it because it happened so rarely. Okay. My resistance to something, because what I had to give up to move that way, was my resistance. I didn't want to give it up. Okay. So no matter, and especially now in the world, if you're fixed into a life where you have everything just the way you want it and you've got your comfort zone in play and you don't want anything to change, your life is about to become very difficult. Not a little bit, but massively difficult. Okay, maybe something you can't even overcome. So it's really time to make this connection to this higher intelligence source of energy. All you have to do, spend 15 minutes a day writing in your journal about what happened that day, what was unusual or out of the ordinary, what dream you had, what came to you when you were driving somewhere, just popped into your head. That's higher intelligence energy communicating to you. That's way more important than what you have planned. That's what Ray was talking about when he read that one excerpt out of today's insight. You're missing so much. But I will say this, it will feel risky to you in the beginning. As you get more and more comfortable with it, I'm going to say excited about it, the curiosity will return in your life. You will be alive again. You will remember this feeling from the time you were a little tiny kid. That feeling where you could do anything. Okay, that's how you're going to feel again. And you must write it down so that your consciousness that's laying low becomes a surface thing. It's no longer over here kind of protecting you, protecting yourself. You don't want anyone to know. You know, if somebody found out about what you're working on and what you're learning about, they might say you're crazy or you're stupid. I got called all those things, you guys, throughout my life. So I know what that is. And I just kept on going. I just removed them from my life. Or I kept it to myself. Sometimes you can't remove the people around you, especially when you're a little tiny kid. But I just blanked them out and I kept it to myself. So do that. In the beginning, you're just beginning to resurface. The real you is just beginning to come back from where it retreated when you got so hooked in to just this world, where it's frightful and fearful, and you want to be accepted and all that. That all gets in the way of this communication bridge to this higher intelligence energy. You need some time alone. You need to cool down. You need to calm down. And that's when this higher intelligence energy just comes through naturally all the time. Your job is to track what's coming through. It's really not hard, but you need some time alone. You need some time out from all the outside distractions. And then this most natural source of communication will return to your life. And when something happens in your life that you don't know what to do, and no one around you knows what to do, you're going to know how to access that valuable information when it's the most important time for getting it, for receiving it, and for utilizing it. Okay, you guys, if my work has made a difference in your life, share what I do with your like-minded friends. And like always, my spirit guides and I love your comments, so keep them coming. Okay, so the guides, this higher intelligence energy is going to close this session, and here they go.
how do you become receptive to the higher intelligence communication? You do it by becoming the practical observer. This means that you become more aware of what's going on around you. Not just on the surface, but under the surface. Pay particular attention to those things that are out of the ordinary or odd, things that don't happen on a daily basis. Ask yourself not only what is happening, but why is it happening now? Who is benefiting from it happening now? And who doesn't benefit from it? You answer all these questions, only then can you determine how you feel about it and what you realize from it. It's then when you take your feelings and what you realized and put them together to take action in the moment.
And that's how it works. That's the process, the 4-step process in these journals. It will become alive inside you, where you just put yourself through those 4 qualifying questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, you're going to know. That's how good you're going to get at this, okay? But you need to start now. You don't want to wait until chaos is erupting all around you, and that's the world we're in. And then you go, oh, how did that work? You're a little late for the party. Okay, so start doing this now. This is really not an option. Okay, so you have help. You are never alone and always being guided.